Hello everyone. I just wanted to show you all how vivid this beverage that I had on Sunday was. I took a picture, I forgot to show it yesterday. But look how green it is. Also, delicious chicken wings. It was a Midori drink from a Korean place. So it was very good. Anyway, hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to continue our Turnabout Academy, episode 3, day 2, trial, day 2. Wait, why does it say trial day 2, trial day 2? Like, I know we did the investigation, but like it's weird looking. Which one's latest? This one is. Wait, why does it think I was at 7:24 a.m.? What? Wait a minute. 7:32 p.m. Hold on. Is there a clock in this thing that doesn't understand? Okay then. Let's just continue. We'll ignore that oddness. Oh, that's 7 minutes because it was past midnight. Maybe is that true? The last time I played this, did we go past midnight? Defendant lobby number 3. The text scrolls incredibly slow as always. I will try to have that be the only time I complain about that tonight, but I had to let it out. Were you able to sleep last night? Huh? Oh, sleep. Sure, I slept for a grand total of 0 hours. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice print analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. In other words, the recording's a fabrication. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing, but it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Who's there? Wait. Is it Scuttlebutt? Do you see who it was? No. Got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been Hugh, but he was eavesdropping. Wonder if he saw our hand. Well, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Boxcar were listening in too. I'll make sure they don't make a run for it. That is my final gift to you. Okay. All that's left now is to reach out to the truth. I don't know why that was really hard for me to read. Time for a mini Chords of Steel workout. I'm Apologistus and I'm fine. Your turn. I'm Athena Cyks and I'm fine. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Makes me think of SpongeBob. Oh man, that episode, like, it just sticks with you. The ugly and proud episode, especially the line about the ugly barnacle story. I've quoted that far too many times in my life. Court now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The Cyks Brigade is totally psyched. I mean, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready as well. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Blackwell? Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected, yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody, understood?
Your baldness. Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions. But later I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury.
Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now, about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday.
A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to the case. The art room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failure as we speak. Poor Detective Fulbright. Hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact.
But if that's the case, then what will we...
The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from the art room to stage. And I mean to prove it here, they say. Words. It's just like Detective Fulbright said. But what else does he have up his sleeve? My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. Heinous. The murder took place near the center of the art room, as evidenced by the bloodstain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area, which is to say the body was carried over to that very window. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below, and though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage. That's not very clever. I mean, it's the same exact body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved the body that way. Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either. Fight you! Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth. I forgot until he did his objection that he's British. Hi, O'Connor.
Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Tennis Legal Academy, and I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday, I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So, I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Cyks? What's he up to now?
The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now, your testimony, please.
The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Cyks? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client. Never a snappy comeback when I need one. He's going straight at us today, using any means possible. To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse. Our client is the student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they use it?
Objection!
Oh, that is plenty wrong. There's but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body. Ugh. Oh, it sucks being the last to know everything. I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat.
If the only mat of that thickness is where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it'd be hard to deny a possible link to this case.
We're off to a bad start again. You sure you're okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant perfect score grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure. Let us save. That's the campus. And we know that. We'll press anyway, just in case. Hold it, hold it. Hold it right there. What? Just getting to the important part. You going to unsheath your blade? Cyks don't know. Your heavy breath heaves to where I stand. Rude. The human's breath doesn't travel anywhere near that far. So the only issue is distance. You're not denying that you're a heavy breather. just saying that scientific studies have proven that it's not. Hang in there, Athena. No matter how many insults they hurl... Wow, why can't I talk? No matter how many insults they hurl, it won't affect the judge's opinion of you. What about my own self-esteem? Let's get back to what happened before the mock trial. Are you sure it was Juniper? Our client was simply putting the mat away. Had nothing to do with this case. That is where you are wrong. There's but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body. Yeah. If we win this one, promise to donate another thick mat to the academy. Now show me how to show you the truth. You'll have my full cooperation. Where would that put him? Do we have a map, by the way? We don't, right? Actually, could she have... 6 and 6 p.m. This is the night before. We don't have a map of the area, unfortunately. Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you were standing exactly where you said? I was between the stage and maintenance area. She was behind the backdrop. He's sticking to his guns. The issue here is where he was standing when he says he saw Junie. But nothing I see will mean anything without evidence. I'm gonna dig a little deeper. Oh, and before you asked, I had my glasses on. Therefore, I'm positive it was Juniper. That is not an issue. She was heading towards him. What were you doing in the maintenance area? You shouldn't assume anything. It only shows that you're not positive. Such wild momentum. Perhaps you were a raging bull in your past life. Don't compare me to some stupid farm animal. Hoy, justice dog. Our assertion is Juniper was simply putting the mat away. In that case, where would she be taking it? Oh, to the storehouse. Over in the maintenance area. Precisely. Therefore, there is not wrong with the witness's judgment in this matter. It is your wild charges that are the issue here. But I cannot help it if you keep seeing red. He's gonna get a face full of justice. Apollo style if he keeps that up. Anyway, I saw her heading towards me. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. Then it's entirely possible that someone else moved the body, correct?
Objection!
Are you mad or merely delusional? Everyone was in the lecture hall before the mock trial. The rest of the campus was empty. Ergo, the only probable suspects were the 3 trial participants. I know. Thank you for stating the obvious. Also know that you, O'Connor, were one of the participants. Mr. Confidence sure goes all out when he tells the truth. Well, I don't think he meant for any of that to be misleading, but it doesn't make it factual. Careful now, Athena. Genius like you could be leading you right into a trap. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. Well, all I can do is charge forward with both eyes opened. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know where to go. He saw Juniper dragging a large mat, watching from a vantage point between the stage and maintenance area. I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did. So what evidence do we have? On the 23rd, we know that he would have been meeting with her. I wonder if that could be presented on the last part, maybe. Between 6 and 8 on the 23rd. Wait. Between 6 and 8 on the 23rd. Oh, that really isn't great. Because, like, these all have... Like, they're all at 6. So, I mean, that places both of them in the area. As well as Mr. Means. The incinerator. The cheating. Backdrop. I don't know, like, I think we don't have a map or anything to point out, so I feel like it's hard to choose something that goes to the location. I don't know where, like, I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. It makes me wonder if it, like, if this works, because it's saying that, you know, he had places to go and to meet with her, the murderee, the victim. Okay, yeah, I'm fair. So that's not it, because it doesn't really contradict anything. Heading towards me. This one had the most stuff being pressed on it, felt. She's on our way to the maintenance area. Heading towards him. I mean, the only place she was heading was to hang out with her, right? So is this supposed to be his vantage point? Because actually maybe we can use this. Because like the wall's in the way, he wouldn't be able to see her, right? Between the stage and the maintenance area. I mean, no, that is where he is. So it doesn't really contradict anything. Right? Objection! But it is like the only thing with the location there, right? So you saw the back of the stage from between the stage and the maintenance area? Let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows the student setting up the stage the day before the mock trial. Do you see the big construction screen to the right of the stage in the background here?
Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest.
Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That's their purpose. Let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop.
Oh, why? But the screen would have been completely in the way.
I mean, he's sitting in a thing right in the picture. You could see over it. That's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't have possibly seen our client from this point.
Ugh. Ouch. Order. Order. Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court?
The screen. Right. It must have slipped my mind. What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally as big as that? There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind you mouth breathers have, and the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have. Why don't you just admit that it was a normal everyday brain fart already?
Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory?
That's easy. I was on the other side of the screen. In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen. Objection! No, you didn't. You are testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front. To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen, The witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Ouch. Nice one, Athena. Keep it up. Alright, golden boy. Is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest. The truth? What truth? The fact that golden boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage. But then the screen would have blocked his view of... On the ground, yes. His view would have been blocked indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high. Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think? Something on the other side of the screen. Something high enough to see the stage. No, wait, this crane right here? I don't remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither. Probably safe to assume that it was moved before you found the body. That's far enough, Prosecutor Blackwell. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information. Ugh. What's all this about a promise? It's about whatever Blackwell is using against him? And what's it got to do with going into the crane? Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within school grounds.
What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane?
The witness... I object to the prosecutor's last statement. There's no proof that I ever operated that crane. Actually, there just might be something that proves you did. What? If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it'd be limited to a single day. You were probably working at the same site the previous day, too. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena? Yeah, because the court can see this photo captures the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definitive resemblance to Mr. O'Connor. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains. The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring the facts to light.
It's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that?
The person in this photo has one really distinguishing feature. Not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as witnessed by examining his neck. His hobby? I mean, he's got a thing on his neck. Switch tabs. He seems like amateur. I mean, he does have his neck covered here. I would assume neck, right? The figure in this photo is wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Why, yes, you can see it right there. But then, are you saying you mean to...
Mr. O'Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination. No, not a chance. That'd be a blatant violation of my privacy.
You are a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck.
Guess I have no choice.
It's pink.
Oh my.
So, where did you buy that neckband, if I might ask? I didn't buy it. Oh, is this the proof of the friendship thing? It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world. It sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have the photo analyzed? You are one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It's nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school.
But when you factor in all the required tests and apprenticeships period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane?
Oh, about that, you see, I'm a genius, so, you know...
Objection!
Let us dispense with this inane charades, Gordon Boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't! High school seniors are 19 at most. Thus, they fail to complete the requirements. But that does not apply to you, does it, Mr. O'Connor? Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right? No, don't, please! Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school. Wait, come again? Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. It is all right there. Ouch. 25? You mean he's older than me?
A 25-year-old high school student?
Super senior. 7-year break, 7 years. Just one thing to say. There are 2 kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind you mouth breathers take, and the genius kind people like me take.
Objection!
But a genius would clearly become mature for a 7-year break. I think you have that backwards, Athena. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row. Only you could get away with using only like that. Enough of this jibba-jabba. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused readied all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further. Wait, but what? No, isn't Juniper... Hold on. Isn't this the same time? Like this and this is the same time. So how could he have seen her if she was up there?
Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me?
As long as the mat was used to move the body, Junie's going to be under suspicion. Well, it wasn't, though. Right? A crane and a bloody object was used for it, it sounds like. Athena, I just thought of something. What was he doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start. Yeah, why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor.
Yes, Miss Cyks.
I've got it. I've got an amazing idea that would turn the prosecutor's claim on its head. A little conjecture has never stopped us before.
Interesting.
Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move the body. The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish. Those are pretty strong words, Athena. You sure about this? The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter, save that this does not bode well for you.
Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap? Watch this. I can use a bow and arrow one-handed. Wow, that's a crazy level of dexterity. I can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy. But operating the crane itself is so complex. It requires both hands. Now, I would have the court look at this. Oh, please tell me that's a ketchup stain. You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. That's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. I've already verified this with the hospital treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say. So, how did you hurt it? Was it trying to attack and kill a teacher? I see no need to discuss that. Has no relevance to this case. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery, such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane. Well, who said that he needed to move it then, though? You know? He could have moved it after this. And used the banners, specifically the Gaviner's banner, to move it. And then when maybe the like crashing of things and breaking things, someone broke his hand or whatever. No, I'm the fool. I'd planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanted to keep my part-time job a secret, I had to do it just before the mock trial instead. I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for. Now that the defense's sophistry is laid bare, I would have the court recall my claim.
The body was dropped out of a 3rd-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then a ball cart was used to move it to the stage. See? Been paying attention.
Well done, your boldness. Now consider this. The accused was cited dragging that mat, ergo it was she who moved the body. I think you're on the right track, Athena. You do? Yeah. Juniper remains the prime suspect. We assume the body was moved per script. So as the defense, you have to figure out how else the body could be moved. But, was he telling me to think of another way besides the crane?
Miss Cyks, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And
if you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your boss? No, not yet. All I have to do is show that the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right?
Well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case.
There's a sword of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence. You don't scare me. Where's the smile, Athena? You can do it. I'm pretty sure it's either the Gaviner's or the other banner. What's wrong with your face, Athena? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped. How would anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like I could fly. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the outroom and the stage. Someone could have easily used that thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Miss Cyks, the court would like to see what you have for us.
All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of a possibility. The mat and the ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used. Is it in the picture? It is. The winch.
Take that!
By using this just right, the body could have been moved up the mat. Oh, you... Okay, I thought it was going to be a point at the winch move moment. But they want me to do the banner. I'll drink some water while I click through this. Wait, why isn't this? What did I turn on? Hold on. I hit turbo mode. I don't even know why this... Like, this controller, why does it have that? Like, turbo mode hasn't been necessary since, like, the SNES, I think. I guess PlayStation's also had it, but still. Also, I could have sworn that I saved after this. Like, didn't I save? Wait, fuck! Did I just really hit load? What? God, we really need a skip button. Oh, come on. Okay, well, I guess I'll just drink more water. Yeah. We know. Gotta be this, right? Because it has blood on it, so that's gonna further it along. The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together. Might I propose an idea? Might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance. This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage via this wire.
Objection!
Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen. Yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma. Oh, you surprised me, Prosecutor Blackwell. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that. Sure, that's exactly what you thought. When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. And pouches are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried? Oh, what go on? Please explain.
The body was bundled into the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. The body would have been down on that stage like a flash, and there'd be no need for a mat.
I have heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying.
Objection!
I have no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high wire act. If you have an actual objection, then just come on and say it. I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have to be via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. There you go. The wire and the banner had not at all to do with this case. Is the pottery in the picture here? No, it's not. But also, there's literally no reason why it couldn't be. Right? Like, also, if she was stabbed and attacked and fought, then... the bloodstained pottery. I remember that. This doesn't look good. We're back to the mat theory if you don't do something.
Well, Miss Cyks, hope you have something better this time than a circus act.
If my wire theory is true, then that blood on the pottery must not have been the victim's blood at all. Ooh, what if it's Hugh O'Connor's blood? I mean, it could be either, right? I feel like both of these look pretty good. Have we confirmed that the bloodstains? Blood loss from a deep stab wound in the side. Her blood is on it. Stained with blood, but not necessarily the victim's blood, just blood. It could have been the fake blood that they were using for the script, maybe. I'm gonna go with the victim's blood because it's used hand. Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from? Shame on you, Cyks to know. Have a little more respect for the constabulary. Fulbright. Looks like they didn't check it. Yeah, don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes. Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way till the tests are run. True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can. Your boldness, I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant. Of course. Shouldn't take long to get the results back. Oh, my, that was quick. Where history of it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please, please let it be someone else's. It seems the blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor. Oh, it's his hand. Score! Don't worry, Junie. Just try to relax. Hugh's hands. His hands were dripping with blood. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left-handed suffered serious injury. He sustained the wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Junie saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first-floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There's but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Cyks, don't know. For it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever. Wow, how much dirt does he have on you? The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found. Miss Scuttlebutt? But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script? Circumstances have changed, you see. Golden Boy had hidden this from us all.
Let's see here. My word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut.
Indeed. You can clearly see that if this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constance Court. You don't see my script that bad. You better watch out. Read it without my permission and you'll wish you had it. Yikes. Miriam wasn't kidding when she said that. The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script and paid for his foolishness. Whoa! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We still got the wire theory. Yeah, got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wires on the banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that. You call yourself a lawyer? Don't you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking? Huh?
The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out...
And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? Whatever. Seems you've forgotten the two statues that were on stage directly below the wire. A body sent sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away? Yeah, it did.
Why, I believe he's right. The statues and the wire are extremely close together.
The body would have collided with the statues. What if they did collide? Wait, that's it. Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them, that would also explain that loud sound we heard while we were in the waiting room.
Oh, now that you mention it, you and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. Very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it that you heard said sound? It was a little after the mock trial had started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears there in the waiting room when... Precisely. If that sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial. Oof. Which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started. See, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. He said he saw the body before the mock trial. So, the likelihood that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction. It's gonna get me and our case killed.
The focus was on just 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion therefore contradicts the very foundation of this case.
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion?
Good point.
Yeah. Prosecutor Blackwell is on our side. I bet he's figured out the truth behind this case. Well, great. As long as he's not up to something else. If the statues really were broken when the body hit them. Then Hugh's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the body. Look me straight in the eyes and repeat your statement to me. Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You would best tell the truth and do it now.
That is, if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body.
Yes.
Now, out with it. Did you truly witness the body?
Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it?
You what?
I never saw the body.
Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury.
There's no body on that stage. Been lying about that this whole time. I'm sorry. Yikes. It would expose Hugh's big lie for what it is. But why would he lie about this to begin with?
Order. The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case.
Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now at least we know the body was moved using the wire and school banner. Indeed. That much I shall concede, Cyks Dono.
The body was moved, as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial. So both sides are satisfied then.
If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it is an entirely different story. Right. All 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall.
What's this? Who is this person in charge of the audio?
No, I forget. It was... What's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shop? Juniper was also in charge of the audio. When she wasn't in the trial, she was in the audio control room dealing with the music.
Indeed. The one who could enter the art room amidst the mock trial to move the body
Was none other than the accused.
Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense.
This can't be happening. Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Junie's in even deeper. No matter how you slice it, we're cooked. And here I thought Prosecutor Blackwell was on our side. At least on this issue. The twisted samurai strikes again. Twisted? It's more like dirty rotten.
Your boldness. It is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case, but the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Cyks.
Paulo, what are we gonna do? Got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente. Been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a big blank too. Ugh, poor Junie. We'll see if we figure out something. She'll be... Objection. Well, I object to... Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. Listen, and you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime. Perfect
Crime?
Oh, is he going to say that he shot the thing with an arrow in order to make it go or something? Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday? Yes. Yes, we did. Better not be another one of those enraging traps. The murder, the moving of the body, the cover-up, it's all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer's right before you.
Order. Order, I say. Mr. O'Connor. You reconfessed yesterday, then earlier today recanted your confession. If you mouth breathers couldn't comprehend my genius, the end justifies the means. Now bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect.
Objection!
Enough. The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi, for you were at the mock trial. It is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act.
He's not sweating anymore. He doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat.
Listen, Mr. Prosecutor.
Calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double almost did. I slipped out stealthy while my double took care of the trial. I had to run on the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent.
I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. Is it just me, or does the witness testimony make no sense at all?
No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache. Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about a body double.
Well, I'm relieved it's not just me. And the prosecution?
Your boldness. Summon an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark raving mad.
Yes, I think that'd be for the best. Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict.
You people don't believe me? It's not a matter of not believing you. It's more along the lines of questioning your sanity. Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. Shit your pie holes. The intellect of a genius transcends even logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this? Which is not a weird device, and I don't waste them on ridiculous testimonies. Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be past us yet. So, how about we give Widget a try? Well, this is against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short therapy session.
Your better judgment. I'm a judge and it's far beyond mine, yet I find it hard to say no. Prosecutor Blackwell, I trust you have no objection. Prosecutor Blackwell?
The prosecutor said rubbish. We'll be out on a stroll, and then left with Detective Fulbright. How does he get away with stuff like that?
Then I'll interpret that as meaning he has no explicit objections. All right, Miss Cyks, you may proceed with your therapy session.
The fucking bird on his head. It's just... I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake. Okay, let's see. I'm not very good at these, so you won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. So that was stealthy when we double took care of the trial. Had to run on the campus. In short, I'm the killer, and he sounds so happy about it. Juniper's innocent. Okay, well, we can probe on each, I suppose. Oh, what's causing happiness? Juniper's innocent. I mean, this is what's causing happiness, right?
Got it.
Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said that you didn't really care about Miss Woods anymore. I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. What? What? Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court. His secret? Oh, the bride. She wanted nothing to do with me because I disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about only one thing. The truth.
Objection!
Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might help set Miss Woods free. So much so that it overshadowed all your other emotions. What are you, I can hear it clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. The discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confessed. So, Hugh really was trying to protect Juniper? Yes, sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. But that means his confession is... Finally figured out the obvious, have we?
Why, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back.
The confession was naught but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. We all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused. Yeah. Why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll? No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet. You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes. Yes, I do. But if you think I didn't, then prove it. Either we quit here and Juniper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice. But first, let me update his testimony. I used the body double, smiley and surprise. Wasn't the real me. Happy. Means I didn't almost lose my body. It's weird that he has no emotion right now. Slipped out stealthily while my double took out the game. The run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Why are you feeling sad about that? Juniper's innocent. Why is he sad in these last two? Unexpected emotion is what we're going for now. I mean, this is just weird. He's not happy about not losing anymore. I mean, this first one is weird, I think. Like, that seems like an unexpected thing. Because he shouldn't be surprised at his own thing. Juniper's innocence. In short, I'm the killer. He's less happy about it right now, but that might just be because we're changing things around. What is this? Okay, that's not it. We didn't get the... you don't know what you're talking about. Take joy in my intellectual anger towards your superficiality. Self-present the world's ephemerally. No wonder the universe is mystery. Okay. So it's not that. This is just weird. In short, I'm the killer. He shouldn't be. I mean, he's sad because he would go to jail, right? And not be able to do things anymore. So Juniper's innocence. Wait, well, no. If he doesn't care about her anymore, then why is he happy? Right? It's a good thing they give you like tons of chances with this, like it doesn't hurt you at all. Okay, no. Alright, I'm gonna go to the weird one. The one that's been bothering me this whole time. I didn't almost lose. My body double did. Okay, it was that one. I didn't almost lose, you say. Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during this statement. You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it. No, don't stop making stuff up. When I left the lecture hall, it was during Professor Mean's pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict. So, you're saying you were there the moment your doll was about to lose? Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came in and went through the doors there.
Objection!
Cyks don't know. How much longer will you indulge in this charade? While it's true that none of the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balcony are a different story and have a splendid view. Thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. I used the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. That means my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. But that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural. After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we all know, she was already dead by then. Can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence.
I actually don't know which evidence they're talking about. Oh, this one.
Take that!
I have no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess we'll just follow and see where this takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really? I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty. But what about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left balcony seat. Oh, clearly he's the killer. But if you left the lecture hall during his pretrial speech, he would have been standing there at his seat addressing the students and faculty. No, this can't be right. You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part's true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You gotta believe me. Doesn't even seem like he's lying this time. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's have you testify again, but this time don't spare any details. You got it. I'll repeat as many times as you like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not. Why are you surprised about that? Second floor was deserted. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. Went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Then all I had to do was go through the empty audio room. Why are you sad about that? It leads into the hallway, so I was perfectly capable of moving the body. I'm sorry, that's weird. Why are you sad about this? I detected powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. It's as if you'd said something you shouldn't have. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see. Mr. O'Connor, it's you who is revealing your inner emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad. You're a horrible person. Can you just leave me be? You said that you went through the empty audio control room. But that's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Means finished his speech. And that someone who was in the audio control room was... would have had to be Juniper, right? I know you realized there was a problem with your statement as you were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that would mean Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Ugh. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her. Juniper's innocence. That's the truth. But in this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies. His heart will hold out under this battle between truth and lies. Something I can do to make him recant his false testimony? Promise him a date with Juniper, I guess. You're nothing now that I've lost everything. Go ahead, Prosecutor Blackwell. Cut me down if you wish. Thought you'd never ask. With you gone, we may slowly proceed to a verdict. Yeah.
He broke out of his shackles again!
I don't want to be the poor accountant down at the detention center.
You, O'Connor. In deference to your valor, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow.
Could you wait just one moment before you cut him down?
Silence.
Do not come between a samurai and his foe, Sykes-Dono.
Ever learned about this in law school? Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time. Very well, Golden Boy may live. For now. Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between the three of you more than anything. That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now. What does it matter anymore? Might as well tell you everything. This is no doubt news to you, but I am not and never was a genius. Sorry, but I already knew. Me too.
And don't forget me, though in all fairness, it was pretty obvious.
I thought he was a genius at first, but the stuff he said was crazy. No need to rub it in, just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned that my parents had been paying good money for my grades.
But that's bribery.
So the bribery wasn't Hugh's idea. All of my perfect scores were the product of cold hard cash, not genius. Even worse, when I confronted my parents about it over the phone, Juniper overheard me.
Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding.
Been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm a genius, I'm completely worthless. Perfect 0. Hugh. Even so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I wanted to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'd be a relief for her to see me locked away. If you were trying to help her, then why did you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday, so I thought if I did, it would help her. He wasn't trying to provoke us? Looks like we seriously misunderstood him, in more ways than one. At the detention center yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to me. But the truth is, the friendship between the three of them is still rock solid. There was something that could help me prove that to Hugh. Proof of our friendship. Carry them around. I know. What about that proof of friendship they mentioned? Wonder where or what it is. I didn't buy it. Yeah, it's the thing around his neck. Handmade. There's only one like it in the world. Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. That band around his neck. Mr. O'Connor, that band around your neck, that's your proof of friendship, isn't it?
Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode?
In court, evidence is everything. That's why the three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship.
Oh, how very interesting. And chic.
If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look to the proof they have on hand. That's why Mr. O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he's pressured. It proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other two. It doesn't matter if I wear it, if those two... But they feel the same way too. I know they wear their friendship bands somewhere. Junie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh. I just know it. Everything Hugh has said leads me to believe that. In fact, he may also have just told me that the others wear their proof of friendship. Where they're easy to touch with their hard spot, they aren't wearing them now. They probably where they're hard to spot. Maybe? Or where they're easy to touch. Both of these are good. It doesn't... I don't think it's that last one. Good go with the first one. All we have to do is think back to the testimonies. Ready? Miss Newman holds her arm when pressured. And Miss Woods holds her wrist. I know Miss Woods very well. She'd never abandon her friend with you over something like this. And taking the blame for her will only succeed in making her terribly sad.
Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Hugh!
Ah.
Hey, Hugh!
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
That's not the voice of it. Okay. That's not the voice I would expect from him, just saying. I didn't kill anyone. And I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body, I didn't even see it. And it may look like I'm speed reading Zen of the Art of Mastering the Bar exam, but I haven't read a single word.
Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did.
Hugh. So, Miss Cyks, can I place my trust in you? I'm going to save Junie. So yes, you can place your trust in me.
Then am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession?
Yes. Most roundabout trial. Much prefer the turnabout variety myself. Ooh, that's good. Now we are back to the fact that there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi, which is in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time. So we're back to square one? And I'm exhausted and depressed. It probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix. Does this mean further resistance is futile? The time for a verdict is nigh. Please wait. What sort of devilry are you up to now? What if our client was the only one without an alibi? The trial would continue, right?
Well, yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist?
Yes, we found someone. It may have seemed like a major roundabout, but Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. He was telling the truth. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite him really was empty, which now means that there is one person accounted for. Bye-bye. Besides, Junie, the only other person without an alibi during the mock trial is...
Take that!
The balcony seat was empty. That much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor? That's right. How many more times do I have to say it? So basically, Professor Means wasn't where he was supposed to be during the mock trial. Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech. I know, and that's not a dispute here. Now let me explain how a speech could be given from an empty seat. It was given from hiding, given like pre-recorded. What if the speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way the speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat. Wait, are you accusing Professor Means? That's insane. I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder.
Take this to the police, he said, and tell them you found it.
What? Really? Wait a sec. Mr. O'Connor, did you say that Professor Means gave that phony recording to you?
Phony. The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations.
Well, I said he gave it to me, but what do you mean it's phony? Wow. Could have seen this development. The voice shouting, "You're a goner," as recorded on this tape, was dubbed onto it using a line our client said in the mock trial video.
Why, this is an extremely crucial piece of evidence.
Professor Means gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, then Professor Means' guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Means to the stand.
Silence!
The seat was never empty. Just but an oversight by our dullet of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. He says it's often all too easy to overlook critical symptoms. Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight. If the speech was pre-recorded, the basis for sorting our client would be shattered. Let's check what Professor Means and see whether the empty seat was a witness oversight. A verdict without first looking into that would be inconceivable.
That's enough for both of you. Now, here's my opinion on the matter. While the surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness's oversight too must not be overlooked. Thus, as to the matter of whether Professor Means was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself.
I agree. Professor Means should be here in the gallery today. Do as you please. I was wondering how we're going to get him onto the stand.
Will you please state your name and occupation for the record?
Certainly. I am Aristotle Means.
I teach the lawyer course at Themis Legal Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion.
Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at that speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this?
Very well. If that's all you're interested in, please proceed, Miss Cyks.
We need to find some sort of evidence that shows the speech was pre-recorded.
All right, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event at the school festival will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come.
Oh no. Forgotten how long and boring his speech was.
Wake me up once this is over.
Ain't no fair.
The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult.
Is that 10? Wait, why does it say 10 the entire time up in the corner?
Ah, you there, wake up and pay attention.
Huh? Yeah. I'm awake. That's right, Your Honor.
Well, I'm awake too. Wide awake, see? Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all of you today. Pay attention and you may make a difference one day. Now let the mock trial begin.
Why does it have a 10 up in the corner the entire time?
That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes.
He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears.
Listen, Cyks, if you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose,
Taka will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out.
Yeah, but you were asleep the whole time. Well, Miss Cyks, did you notice anything strange about that speech?
Could I please hear that last part again? Pure white Lady Justice will be watching over you all today. Well, I mean, it's golden. Just saying. I mean, there's this, right?
Hold it!
There. Finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I only have one question about your speech. Why does that last part we just heard contradict with this?
Take that!
Because he was looking at the other one. The professor said the pure white Lady Justice will be watching over them. But the Lady Justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be.
Not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity.
I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue is pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement.
Oh, that's a shame on every count.
Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one. Meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in his color if he'd been present.
It seems that I have caused some confusion. It was merely an oversight on my part.
The statue was in the middle of the room. How can you not know what it looked like?
Well, I was in a balcony seat.
Furthermore, the statue had previously been white.
Afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded.
I don't want to have to see the pre-recorded thing ever again, so let's just move on. We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall. No, wait. There's gotta be something that can prove the speech was pre-recorded. According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. It's a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again. It's only over a little 10 minutes? It felt like it went on forever. How do you figure out how long it was? Easy. There's a timestamp at the top right. Oh, so I'm right. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended. The speech goes from the 10-minute mark to 20:35. Wait a sec. Could swear I've seen this same interval of time listed among the evidence. Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show that it was pre-recorded. I mean, isn't this interval also dumb? That doesn't matter. 120. $601, $603. The tape has about 10 minutes 35 seconds of the noise requiring further testing. Oh.
Take that!
I would like the court to take a look at this.
And this is?
The voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recording belongs to our client.
Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication?
We did. But what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there.
Noise?
Yes. The defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased.
And what do you hope to prove by that?
The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech?
That'll be exactly 10.
Let's fast forward this long-winded exercise of boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 2035. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone.
Right. Subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:35. 10 minutes and 35 seconds.
Right. 10 minutes and 35 seconds. The same as the noise on the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence.
You seem rather confident, considering this is mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers? The lab is continuing the study of the tape. So far they found signs of overdubbing, but it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. Won't be long until we know what was real originally there. sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording by pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not gonna get away with it. Not on my watch. Miss Cyks. Ooh, it's change. I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what happens. All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evident testimony. Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I've been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. I feel like this dude is going to make up a bunch of fake evidence. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important, and by necessity a secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do.
Oh, my. So you're saying the defendant threatened you?
This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true.
On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you.
Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that states the end justifies the means. I don't believe you.
When she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent. Her two friends? The witnesses?
Correct.
Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman.
I was to ensure all three walked free. All three were to achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. You no doubt had high praise for her ruthless tactics. Yes. Well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her despite her threatening me. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished for victory in court. But alas, those days are over. Now in the defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means. I'm so sick of hearing that phrase. Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth of its victory you seek. Seal yourself with this new courtroom reality. That does it. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendered to the dark age of the law, it's up to me to fight it. Why so silent, Cyks to know? Something the matter? This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm gonna let the evidence do the talking. Let's not get carried away now, Miss Cyks. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine. Do not force me to rectify this situation. No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is. I doubt she would come to you. I doubt our client would have come to you with something like that. You have a point there. If only Professor Cord had been alive, I suspect Juniper would have gone to her instead. So, our client came to talk to you after Professor Court was dead? Let's go through this step by step, shall we? First, Juniper came to me that day.
Hold it!
Are you suggesting it was our client who told you to fake an alibi? You have every reason to be surprised. I, too, was shocked when she told me that. Simply put, Juniper has a secret that she wished to protect that badly. Is he kidding me? That lie couldn't be further from the truth. The problem is, how am I going to expose it? It was an earnest request from an outstanding student. How could I possibly have refused?
Hold it!
Did you consider that a threat? Yes, but it's now you to whom she has passed her demands on to. Miss Cyks, you must realize that you too are being used by Juniper. What? Your Honor, I ask that you too do not let her feigned weakness and innocence fool you. Juniper Woods is quite clever and extremely tough. And perhaps most important of all, she is a fervent follower of my teachings.
Objection!
Your Honor, the witness's testimony is nothing but an attack on our client's character.
Very well. Objection sustained.
So be it. Nevertheless, the fact that she threatened me is immutable. This sounds more like what he would say.
Hold it!
How could you overlook such a threat? As a teacher, it's your duty to discipline students. Yes, well, perhaps I do have some serious reflection to do on this matter. I suppose it was just wishful thinking on my part. I wanted to believe that Juniper hadn't actually committed murder, and she hadn't meant to threaten me.
Really? Please to explain.
Long had I waited for a student who would embody my teachings.
Does the witness realize what he's saying?
Surely you must see the true meaning in my words. I merely staying true to what I teach, and my methods are but a reflection of the times. Wow, his way of thinking is really warped. I haven't heard any inconsistencies yet. I wouldn't be so sure. Really? The more he tries to avoid logical inconsistencies in his testimony, the more likely we'll see inconsistencies between his actions and words. It is a dark age in which we live, and there's much I would like to say on the matter.
Hold it!
You were trying to protect our client? Right. He'll say anything to pin the blame on Junie. What a frightful look. I would ask that you not glare at me so. I have nothing but admiration for how Juniper was willing to go as far as to threaten me. That is why I am protecting her by any means possible. She has been a model student. Liar! You're trying to pin the blame on her. How am I going to show that what he's saying isn't what he's really thinking? You cannot possibly overturn my claims. So isn't it about time you admitted defeat? After all, if my unassailable logic is not truth, then what is? He thinks when I give him to his pack of lies, he got another thing coming. Gonna find a hole in the story, it's the last thing I do. Even though he's rotten to the core, he's a total pro. I mean, that all made perfect sense. Yeah, but you can't believe a word he says. I'm making this up as he goes along. He'll trip on his own words yet. Time to see how consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions. Okay. So we're looking for... He's mad about this? Sure. It's because it was the humane thing to do. I really don't know. Pre-record my speech and come to the audit room during the mock trial. Confess the murder. She has no motive. I mean, he's here. I don't know if this ties anything together, though. It just puts him near the scene of the crime. I want to go with this, maybe? No, that isn't it. Fuck. Like, she has no motive. Statement contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it doesn't. This might be one of those cases where it's like, alright, present everything. Well, why would you give this to Hugh?
Objection!
No, that's not it either. I mean, the middle bits were suspicious, right? When we were pressing. Because, like, I think it was this one where Athena said she wasn't so sure, right? Used. She's a fervent follower of
Objection!
Which one is it? Is it this one
Hold it!
that had the note from Apollo? Juniper had an African word. She meant to threaten me. So I feel like it's gotta be this one. Because it triggers the ba-ding noise. Become an accomplice after losing my alibi to the pre-recording. Does that make any sense now? But also there's nothing on this. Like, is that why you tried to frame her then with this? That's right, there's no need to explain anything. See, that says it all. Yeah. Okay, not that. Q120.
Objection!
No, it's not the she's close. I really don't know. Am I just dumb? Am I like barking up the wrong tree here by looking at this one specifically? Maybe it's this one we're supposed to think about. Speak with you. I really don't know. I mean, this is him talking to these two, to Robin. Forget, is Robin in the judge? No, he's the prosecutor, never mind. The audio room is more. Oh wait, but didn't Hughes witness testimony about not finding people, or he found someone in the audio thing, but we don't have any. Go down and over to it. When people have seen you though. I don't get it. This? No. This might be one of those moments where I need to look up one of those like spoiler-free type things. Where it says like, oh, you should present this piece of evidence. I get credit for trying. Right, or mistakes the court's wasted effort award. It's pretty good. Meant because it's the humane thing to do. Well, he doesn't care about humane stuff. He cares about justice, right? Wait, what? Why is my autosave more recent? Oh, right. Of course, the autosave is more recent. It probably autosaves when you take damage. Let's press things again. Specifically, I guess, let's just press the last one, because then we'll get the stuff afterwards. How consistently the professor's testimony matches up with his actual actions. Let me press on everything again, I guess.
Hold it!
Yeah, good point. Such universe would have come to her instead. I mean, like, that's a weird thing to say. Although we saw her running back and forth, right, in the mock trial video. There's a secret that she wanted to protect.
Hold it!
Can you consider this a threat?
Objection!
Threat follower of the teachings, to which we object. And it's sustained. He claims she threatened him.
Hold it!
But that's false, right?
Hold it!
Okay, so I now have everything in the history. I can scroll through and look through it. So what in this is wrong? Besides all of it, but like, you know. Clever, tough. Further follows teachings. Become an accomplice. Well, I mean, this is. Wait, isn't this saying that she's in the audio room and not actually moving the body at this time, though? Or no? I really don't. Yeah, we can't present a person. Arrow that pierce the victim's side. And that could be it. Weapon. Time of death. Wrists were bound. The whole like used hue to pass it on. See, I thought that maybe that would be what we do here, but taking on the day of the murder.
Objection!
No. What do I have that I can present that actually makes sense? Because I really feel like I don't have anything. Pre-recording speech. 6 of 3, him talking. Chase. The humane thing to do.
Objection!
Is this the... Oh. Okay. Oh, I see now. I see now. So him trying to help Miss Woods, the question becomes, why did you overwrite the tape then, idiot? And like get the blame put on her. Okay. That does make sense. But didn't I already present this though? Sorry, which one did I just present?
Objection!
Okay, it was this one. So, let me get this straight. You are trying to help Miss Woods. That's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor.
Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles, Your Honor. It is an outrage. Miss Cyks will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. Please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it."
There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved.
I assumed he did that out of kindness. The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself with while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law.
Oh, why, you dare call my teachings and methods lies?
What is this?
Whoa. Themis Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyer means once I'm through with you.
Huh? Professor Means, what's with your hair?
Quiet. No talking in class.
The hell?
Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Cyks.
Huh? Oh, here?
Apollo Justice.
I'm fine. I mean here.
Fool. The proper response is here, without any extraneous information.
Ow. I mean, here.
Next, Your Honor. Here. C class. That's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackwell. I said, Simon Blackquill, are you here or not?
There's always one, isn't there?
Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now get out of my class this instant.
Get out.
Very well, if that's your wish. Who am I to defy my homeroom teacher? That's such a good idea. Prosecutor Blackwell is free of his shackles.
It just so happens I was a member of my high school disciplinary committee. But is that really so shocking?
Constantly lapdog to teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, Fulbright. Good boy, Bobby. Just earned a gold star and promotion to head disciplinarian.
Wow, look at that face he's making.
All right, class is now in session.
Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomachache?
Pay attention. I am not the killer. Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you'd better be listening.
Objection!
But Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial.
You disappoint me so, to think you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8 p.m. I was already at home by that time. So how could I have been involved in this crime? Because you weren't. You were right here.
Objection!
Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time?
Can you prove that I was still at school?
No. Okay. Yes, I can.
So you admit it. You just earn extra credit for your honesty. You have also earned yourself laboratory cleaning duties until you graduate.
Ew. Do enough of that in the office. Thank you. Can it be Hugh? Oh no, it's Robin. No way, man. I totally object. Robin? I can't believe I fell for the professor's silver-tongued lies.
Why, you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that?
I'm not listening to you anymore, man. No way, no how. Now I have a confession to make. You know those 2 statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself. The statues on stage. Do I want to know where this is headed? I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So I asked Professor Means to make it for me. In other words, the professor was there on the stage after the last bell? Right. And it would have been way past 7 p.m. before he could have finished.
Professor Means was still at school? This is incredibly important testimony.
The professor told me I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I made both statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling you the truth.
Quick, somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight! Simon, your head honcho among the delinquents. Do something! Gah. Who's in charge of this class pet around here?
Not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do.
No swords at school. All weapons will be confiscated. Nurse, where's the school nurse when you need one?
It would seem Cyks seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case you would do well to draw your staff. Quick, a light.
Very well. Now just to prove my innocence myself. The real lesson begins in the second period. Prepare to be served, old school style. What is that? Oh, never mind. Your testimony, please.
Professor Means work of art.
Pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statues between 7 and 8:30 p.m. The defendant Juniper saw the 2 statues with their own eyes at 8:30. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I have possibly had time to go to the art room and commit murder? You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues? Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. Her defense team was there and her to say so too. Don't try to deny it now.
That evening, I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say maybe around 8:30. That's when I noticed that both statues are finished. They're quite large. They're each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. Alright, the professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It would probably take me at least twice as LONG. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short time. Didn't exactly help her case. But he won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means. Somehow this is going to be involved. Because, like, I mean, you can see that there's a statue finished by Cyks. And then this must be like the he's offering to help type thing. Found broken on stage. Professor Core had remade it completely different looking such that they became martial.
Hold it!
What if Professor Cork committed? Miss Newman took over half a day? Can you please be a little more precise than that?
What a wonderful question. She's having quite a tough time, you see. Prosecutor Gavin's statue alone took her from the morning hours into the evening. Well, it is a rather large statue after all. Don't be silly. It exposes the difference between student and teacher.
Hold it!
Most of the other statue? What exactly does that mean?
Robin created the basic outline of Mr. Wright's statue before the last bell rang. I, in turn, completed the rest of it.
I see. In academics as well as art, learning the basics is incredibly important. In short, you skipped the most important part of statue making, didn't you?
You insolent little. The practical applications put upon the basics will take so much time. Professor says I mastered the basics a long, long time ago.
Like this fancy pants here, who lacks all lawyery fundamentals. Quite you.
Now do you understand? I did not leave the stage until I was done. Well, Miss Cyks, do you accept the witness's claim?
When is the last bell? Because I don't think I... Like, there's not a lot of statue here. No, I don't. I know there's more to this, and I want to stop until the truth comes out.
The more you struggle, the more you sink, like so much legal quicksand, so to speak.
I used the world's ultimate technique to complete the statue by 8:30.
Hold it!
Well, she didn't actually see them, she saw a sheet. Maybe the body was propped up, and that's why it had the bound on its wrists. Maybe our client only thought she saw the statues. A pity for you, but we have already confirmed it with the accused. She's on record having seen both statues. Yeah, that's true. Just thought I'd give it a shot.
The ultimate in courtroom techniques is absolutely airtight. I will bury you. This will be a final resting place along with all those who believed in you.
No way to get to this guy?
Better pay attention. Pay very close attention.
Hold it!
Why were you in such a hurry?
In the legal world, your body is your capital. The early bird gets the worm. That's why I get to bed at 9 p.m. each and every night. That's why I was working as fast as I could. I didn't want to miss my bedtime. Well, ready to concede that I never left the stage? Well, Miss Cyks, do you accept the witness's claim?
No. No, I don't. There's more of this. I want to stop until the truth comes out. Be careful, Athena. If you don't have anything, probably best to just grin and bear for now until you find something to nail him with. But...
Will you cease this nonsense? I'm quite busy today, as I was on the night of the crime.
I mean, you just turned the clock back, obviously.
Hold it!
Yeah, but you could have taken a short break or something.
Preposterous. I didn't even have 10 minutes to spare. I would have given 5 for a visit to the laboratory. Let me ask you, Your Honor, do you find anything wrong with my claim? So far, it appears that your statue making was quite a difficult chore. See nothing that could overturn your claim that you never left the stage.
The arm was only a few steps away. What's the plan? All I can think of is pressing like crazy. That's all I can think of too. We just have to seek out a hole to exploit. I mean, he's here. Do we have anything that says that he would have been elsewhere? Not the planner. 6 and 8. Oh wait, the death was at 6 though, potentially, right? Although this is also at 6:10ish, right? Because the clock is off. So she was alive at that point.
Objection!
Yeah, no. I mean, if he only worked from 7 to 8:30, then he could have killed her at 6:30.
Objection!
Okay, so it must be, we must have to accept his claim, because then he'll like give us more evidence to work with, or more statements to work with, maybe.
Hold it!
Hold on. Tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede. Couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time. Ugh. Concede the professor means never left the stage. It's there the entire time.
I'm afraid I have to side with the witness, Miss Cyks. Unless you have any further objections, I'll put this issue to rest.
Objection!
Not yet. The defense still has an objection. You thought of something? Well, as I said, not yet. Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors. Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. It's at times like these when it seems like there's no way out that you have to... Yeah, you have to turn the case upside down. Instead of focusing on whether Professor Means could have gone to the art room, I should focus on how he could commit the murder without going there.
Seems I think it's a real bona fide idea. But I'll use any means necessary, even casting stones. If I will distract her. What's the purchase code?
Cyks don't know.
If I hear one word of your usual jibber jabber, I shall have your head.
The murder occurred in the art room, yet the witness was on stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts? Wait, is this actually an archery bit? If I accept the premise that your professor was on the stage the entire time, the only other instance that we got something else wrong. Wait, that's it. Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong about the murder weapon? What if we got the murder weapon wrong?
Really, no. And what do you intend to label the murder weapon then?
Perhaps you bludgeoned the victim to death with your duller than dull thinking.
Give you a choice this time. Either change your thinking or suffer a penalty.
But I know we got something wrong. So I guess I'll have the penalty. Wait, what? Oh. So, are we saying that the murder happened on the stage? He wrapped her up in the banner and then foisted her up to the art room and then left her there. Is that what we're saying? If Professor Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer. Ridiculous. Defense has become utterly incoherent. No. It's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was. Continue, Cyks don't know. Okay. The murder was actually committed here. The stage. The greatest rule of this case has been how the body was moved from the art room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all. Silly girl, when the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed. There wasn't any blood on the stage, really. But there was something on the stage at the time of the murder that's now bloodstained.
Take that!
It's true, there were no bloodstains on the stage floor, but there was something on the stage that did have a bloodstain. And that would be this. The school banner. No blood would have gone on the floor if this was under the victim when she was killed.
Oh, why, that's quite a compelling theory.
What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense. It was a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states the cause of death was loss of blood. Yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? Blood getting on there when the body was moved by wire. Makes more sense than not. Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate of recommendation letters. You're guaranteed to get it. Actually, the defense has something to explain that as well.
You do?
If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood. The Gaviner's banner.
Why? Looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner.
It's the Gaviner's banner that had been specially made for the school concert. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. Could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth. And only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it.
So that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth. Yes, that would explain it.
The Gaviner banner was like a dishcloth? Surely it was just a towel cloth.
Simon, don't just stand there, do something.
Silence!
Cyks don't know. You are learning to wield a blade quite well. But how will you respond when I come slashing you like this? The remnant of a large bloodstain was detected in the art room. But why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage as you claimed? The bloodstain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we've just finished discussing. The bowls? What are you talking about? The killer used to use this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room. Are we talking about this? The incinerator bit? Broken on stage. I'm gonna go for the Gaviner.
Think you'd stoop so low as to present mere garbage to this court.
It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Gaviner's band to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Water. Quite a development. To think the body was never actually moved. Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else to explain that loud crash you heard during the mock trial? It wasn't caused by the body crashing the statues, then what was it?
Lady Justice, then? could have thought of that. That loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues. Well, it wasn't indeed. The knot on the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So if that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder, and then on the stage afterwards. The object that was sent on the wire to crash into the statues was...
Take that!
Oh, that statue.
Yes, I believe it was the statue that broke the other two, not Professor Quart's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Quart accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial. But she used her own unique artistic senses and techniques to repair it, as you see here. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice. Perhaps you're onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap-heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming. You know why. For the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. Lady Justice was moved during the mock trial. During that time, Professor Means was fabricating an alibi with his pre-recorded speech. If we consider the facts, then Lady Justice was moved in order to... hide the body, point us to the body, interrupt the mock trial. To hide the body, point us to... Professor Means used his pre-recorded speech to fake an alibi during the mock trial. He wanted to make it look like he couldn't possibly have moved the body. Moving Lady Justice was his way of pointing us to the body and cementing his alibi.
It's quite a persuasive argument. For a while there, I thought you weren't taking the trial seriously. Well done.
Should never underestimate me, Athena Cyks. Professor Means always means what he says and says what he means by all means. Fine then. Say it already. I'm waiting. The murder occurred the night before, but the body wasn't found until late the next day. Countless students passed the stage till they met in the lecture hall for the mock trial. So answer me this. Why didn't anyone see the body that entire time? That can be explained by, if the victim was murdered on the stage and left there, the body would inevitably have been discovered. Of course, there was nowhere to hide a body upon that stage. It's not good, Athena. Our claim is this close to being beaten to a pulp. No. We've come so far. Consider yourself schooled. Couldn't have possibly killed anyone. The killer is none other than Juniper Woods. It always has been and always will be. Just wait a minute. Poor Juniper. She must seriously regret having asked you to defend her. Yeah. To add insult to injury, you nearly had Hugh convicted for murder. Surely you haven't forgotten that little fiasco. Not only did you fail to defend your client, you also raised false charges against her friend. No right to call yourself a lawyer. Oh, come on. Proceeds in the same manner and end in the same as the mock trial. Do not lose everything you worked so hard to gain. Don't tell me I failed once again. Failed to save someone near and dear to me. Worked so hard to become a lawyer. Even studied psychology. Has it all been for naught? Am I just doomed to relive that all over again? Athena, what's wrong? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. It's not working. Everything's going dark. After all I've done, is this how it ends? Forgive me, Jimmy. I couldn't protect you like I said I would. Robin. Leave Athena alone, man! She's the one who saved me! It was because of Athena that I could stop hiding and start living my life as a girl again. And she saved the friendship between Hugh, Juniper, and I. I think you're an awesome lawyer, Athena. One of the best. But I raised false charges against Hugh. That's not all. I've done some seriously unforgivable things. It's a big deal. False charges are nothing to be scared of. And I'm not even mad at you. I should really be thanking you. Use legitimate means to expose my wrongdoings and give me a chance to re-examine what's important. But what does it matter if I can't save Juniper? I mean, the whole reason I've come so far is... It's not over yet, Athena. Even now at this very moment, I still believe in you. Junie. I know you better than most people, Athena. I know you never surrendered to the dark age of the law like the professor did. Thank you, Junie, but I feel like I can barely breathe. I don't know what to do.
Silence!
Stop your bleating this instant. You look like an utter fool. Prosecutor Blackwell. There's one who awaits you, is there not? And that is the reason you have studied so very hard. You're preparing to give up all you have worked for thus far. It will not do to have you disappoint you-know-who. You're wasting your time. You have nothing on me. No evidence or anything else to establish my guilt. You are helpless before the might of lawyers for whom the ends justify the means. Don't worry, Athena. You're doing fine. Truth will always win against people like him. But Apollo, what am I supposed to do now? Listen, all you have to do is take a deep breath, look back over the entire case. If there's truth to be found, there always is. You're sure to find it. Now let me see you smile. Remember what Mr. Wright said? The worst at times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Thanks, everyone. You don't have to worry about me now. The worst are times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Athena Cyks is psyched and ready to rock. Prepare for your utter defeat. Okay, hold on. We're going to save here because I feel like this is probably, if we do get stuck again, this is probably going to be a good place to be. She wasn't killed. She just go right where she was. We noticed there wasn't any time to move the body there from somewhere else. Lily's body had to have been hidden somewhere on stage until it was found. First up, when did Professor Means remove the body from its hiding place? What was he doing right before the body was discovered? He was using those 10 minutes to move the body where it could easily be spotted. Therefore, the only time Professor Means could have removed the body from its hiding place is during the mock trial. It was during the mock trial, specifically during the speech. Professor Means moved the body to an easily seen location during the long pre-recorded speech. The professor also moved something to the stage that wasn't there before, specifically the body. Wait, shit. No, we already have the body. This we're talking about the. He moved the white statue to the stage. During the mock trial, Professor Means wrapped the white Lady Justice in the school banner. So zipping out of the stage with a crash killing figure on the stone. To return to the body, made it look like the murder occurred in the art room. Was there anywhere to hide a body on that stage? Seemed likely. It was in the statue he made, right? Something that should have been finished but was only mostly done. Something that used to cover the body up. But it didn't draw undue attention because it looked like it belonged there on stage. The right statue. The Mr. Right statue was never actually finished. The body was wrapped under some cloth to hide what was really inside, cleverly disguising as the boss's statue. Miss Newman gave up on the right statue, yet Professor Means finished it in a single night.
Yes, what an impressive feat that was.
No, his so-called work of art deserves none of our praise. That's because it was only a facade to hide his real work. The murder of Professor Court.
Come again? Afraid I don't follow.
He hid the body by making it look like the statue of Mr. Right. With the body wrapped under a piece of cloth, it looked just like a statue.
What?
I second that what.
Now this is getting interesting. No, this is getting preposterous. How would such a thing even be possible?
We'll never know until we try. Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going. Okay, Apollo. Time to turn me into a reasonable likeness of Mr. Right. I'm going to pose like the statue, like so. And now I want you to wrap me up in a cloth so I look like a statue. I hate to ask the obvious, but where am I supposed to get this magical cloth? I don't know, use the evidence logger.
I'm afraid that isn't the right color, Mr. Justice.
Well, given how sudden the request was, it's kind of the best I could do, Your Honor. Alright, I think that about does it. Well, what do you think, everyone? Do I look just like a statue of Mr. Red or what? It's like some random person to me. Weren't the statues a pair of busts? James Ray has that spiky hair on the back of his head. Forget the hair. The statue's head is way bigger than the average person's anyway. Gotta hand it to me tried anyway. Wait, that's it. The hands. Her arms are raised over her head and there are dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was trying to probably tie it up or something. The marks on the wrist indicated she'd been tied up. Apollo, tie me up in a new pose. Wait, you're not into this kind of thing, are you? What? No! Besides, it was your idea. Just tell me how to tie your hands already. Professor Court's wrists were tied together. I can't help but think that's related. How should I arrange myself to match the shape I want given my hands are tied? In an objection pose, behind my head, behind my back. Behind her head, right? Apollo, tie both my hands behind my head. Because that's how you make the spiky hair, right? See, this makes it possible to fake the spikes in the back of Mr. Wright's head. Sure, but then what about the statue's arms? With both arms behind your head, you can't exactly complete the pose. It'd be awfully hard to make the objection pose like this. I don't think you forgot something, Athena. Something on the body that you don't have right now. Like the book?
Take that!
Oh wait, no, it had the arrow. No, it had the arrow. It had the arrow. Yeah, fine. I'll take the penalty. Come on. Come on, shut up. Right, there was an arrow sticking out of her side. Okay, Paulo, take that and plunge it into my side. Are you crazy? Fine, then go get some duct tape. Rapido, schnell. Alright, I don't need to know other languages to know that bossy when I hear it. Fatal arrow to the side. Spiky hair created from 2 hands. A masterpiece of the making. Now cover me with that cloth. But remember to make the arrow stand out, okay? There you go. Mommy, the arm's too short. Shh. Nobody's buying it. The arrow's nowhere near long enough. But what else could you use for the arm? Still won't give up, eh? I must commend you. It's only for your spirit and determination. Of course she's not giving up. For all she's put me through, she owes me an explanation. One that makes sense. Now, disappoint me again and the penalty will be doubly painful. Yikes. Expect I get it right this time. I think it's gonna think. Professor Court was murdered when she stopped at the stage to put his means. If it wasn't premeditated, he must have used something close to hand. It's a little rude. Paul, show me those stage setup photos again. That right now? Okay, hold on. The arm on the Mr. Right statue is really this right here. This thingy?
Take that!
Look at this. This makes an even better arm than Mr. Right's own appendage.
This right here.
Mr. Right's not going to like this. Never mind. I retract my previous statement. Wait, what? What? What are you talking about? Well, he still has his staff, so that can't be it. I mean, is it just like the actual stuff? It's not the braces. This is paint, right? Is this statue material? Makes it even better on this right edge.
It's right here.
I mean, did he have his staff with him before?
Take that!
Got it. I knew what he used for the arm on the statue material, right?
It's absurd. There's no such thing in this photo.
Don't play dumb with me, Professor. It's the staff you have right there.
Staff. This is the spear of a great legal warrior.
Whatever. Just hurry up and lend it to me. The length is perfect. Mr. Wright couldn't possibly ditch such an awesome arm. Okay, go for it, Apollo. Sure, I'll give your arm a hand. Cloth and binding coming right up. I don't know, I thought the arrow was fine, but whatever.
Objection!
It's Phoenix Wright. Look, it's that famous lawyer. That's definitely him. Now that pose anywhere. Did it. Didn't he? Well, am I not the spitting image of legendary Phoenix Wright? The man who will bring us out of these dark ages into an era of brilliant golden light. Golden light. All I see before me is the pink spectre of a man. That's just because Mr. Wright likes a statue. It's positively tickled pink. Get it, Apollo? He's tickled pink. Huh. This is a pink slip.
Seems the gallery is quite impressed with the defense's sharp thinking. And the witness? Bah, the resemblance is nothing more than a coincidence.
Objection!
Not so fast there, Buster. Unfortunately for you, I can prove my theory to be more than mere coincidence. To prove that his spear was thrust into the victim, all I have to do is examine the spear for prints, see if it's a staff or spear, test the spear for blood. Probably this one. We'd assume the victim's jagged wound came from the arrow being forcibly shoved in. But if the wound was from the spear instead, then we should be able to detect traces of the victim's blood on it.
Your Honor, a brief recess, if you will. By any means possible. What if I get rid of my spear? Wait, what if I burn it?
What's with a non-guilty verdict? Oh, what's wrong with the non-guilty?
If I do that, I'll be found innocent. Yes, I'm innocent, I tell you.
Surely you don't expect us to take lectures from you now. Now I ask you in the gallery. Help me decide the professor's fate. Bathroom detail. Retake bars in 30% salary cut. Ooh.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what has become of our witness Aristotle means?
It is Cyks suspected. It is as Cyks suspected. Blood was detected on his staff. He is admitted to this heinous crime. All of it. He shall join us in the clink tomorrow. His teaching skills can be put to good use there. Great. We'll teach felons at the end justifies the means. So much for her for rehabilitation. Can I ask what the professor's motive was? Could barely make out a word he said on account of his shattered teeth. One of Blackwell's fellow inmates was once a surgeon. Why not a former dentist, too? I eventually had him put pen to paper. Turns out Professor Means was one taking bribes. The victim has suspected him after a report from the class snitch. That led her to question him at length the day of the killing, right there on that stage. The result? The heinous crime that was brought up before this court. The fool, like Newman, had come to know the script's contents via the victim's note. Seems he came up with a plan to stab the victim with their own awl in order to make the killer look like the one in the script and thus frame the defendant. But that scrap of paper with Hugh's name had the same mark as Professor Court's planner. Yes, about that. Those planners are bestowed upon all students graduating at the top of their class. Really? So then... Indeed. Once upon a time, Professor Means was also awarded the same notebook. The handwriting is being analyzed now, but like as not, the scrap belongs to him. This too is evidence of the bribery scheme that the victim had obtained. Know that Constant Court was clean, and that only Aristotle Means took the bribes.
To think a professor would murder a colleague, then try to pin it on a student. If this is the dark age of the law, then we can only hope that a brighter future awaits. The first step is to hand down my verdict for a promising young lady. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods,
Not guilty.
Wish you all the best on your road to becoming a courtroom judge. We will need young people like you, if we ever hope to restore the law to its former glory.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll work as hard as I can. Maybe one day I'll be able to work with all of you to make a difference.
Proudly serve Professor Quart's memory. Do not let her death be in vain.
That's the last thing I expected to hear from him today.
Court is adjourned.
I don't know why, but the thought just occurred to me that, like, someone should make an Ace Attorney mod where they deal with the, you know, the insane things that are happening today. You could do like O.J. Simpson. You could do Diddy. You could do Epstein. You know, you could just do all those things in a funny little bit like that. And you could have ends justify the means lawyers, like coming in with bribes and all sorts of things. Thank you, Athena. Really mean it. There's nothing really. I can take the biggest tangled mess of a case and unravel it just like that. I don't know. You look pretty wound up there at the end, literally and figuratively. You look pretty hungry for a knuckle sandwich, Buckster. I want to thank you too, Apollo. Don't mention it. The way you were always there for Athena when she was in a bind. At the detention center, where your smile gave me hope when there was none. It was like the warm rays of the sun shining down on peaceful woodlands. That's pretty cute. I think you're an absolutely amazing person. Well, thanks, Juniper. That means a lot to me. But I still have lots of work to do. Can't wait until we see you on the judge's bench. I promise you I'll get there someday. That's why, until that day, Guys, I got some big news! This is huge. Oh, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay, I think. So what's the big news? The school festival! It's supposed to have been canceled or what happened, but we just got a call. In memory of Professor Constant Court, who worked so hard to make it happen. The festival is being extended one extra day until tomorrow. Really? Alright.
We've got a special treat for all of you. A love letter for Themis Legal Academy. Achtung, baby. It's time for the Guitar Serenade.
Juniper has a crush. Themis. Okay, Themis Legal Academy. Oh, that was so much fun. School festivals are amazing. I think you and Robin are getting a little carried away. Ah, your singing voice, Juniper, could melt my H-E-A-R-T. Mr. Wright, thank you for that training seminar. Just remember, the objection posed is all about attitude. Oh, and congrats on your mock trial win. Although Robin had you for a while there. I did, didn't I? But I'm just glad we're back to how we used to be, thanks to Athena. And you know what? I think I'll stick with becoming a prosecutor after all. I'm gonna make up for my mock trial loss by winning the real deals in court. Mock trial loss? What loss? Wait, did they reprise the trial and he won? Level-headed lawyer, course genius, and hot-blooded prosecutor. Head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the She-Devil's Black Heart. So does this mean it's really gonna happen? I mean, I'm guessing that he was gonna confess to Robin. Juniper, there's something I've been wanting to say to you. Huh? Is he gonna do what I think he's? Juniper, can we still be friends? You know, best friends like we've always been? Huh? Best friends? Hugh, weren't you gonna profess your love for Juniper if you won the mock trial? No, I was going to confess. I'm not a genius. I'm really 25 years old. But you already dragged it out of me during the trial. Oops. Listen, Hugh. You too, Robin. Miriam. The box is... Me too? Miriam's got this tattoo espionage action stuff down to a science. I've been thinking, it's up to us to put an end to the dark age of the law if we can. Let's all work together to usher in a new age where winning only results from the truth. And the end never justifies the means. Count me in. I wouldn't have it any other way. Best friends forever, huh? No matter what anyone says, nothing beats true friendship. You bet. And what about your BFF, Apollo? Oh, he's a bit old to be using that word. But yeah, he's the best friend a guy could have. Which reminds me, we're supposed to meet up and gossip with a new girl in the office. Hey, no talking about me behind my back. So what kind of guy is he anyway? Well, if I had to describe him in one word. And so, after some slight arm twisting, Apollo promised to bring me to meet his friend. Unfortunately, that promise was never meant to be fulfilled. For not long after, their friendship was mercilessly severed by fate. And the bonds between us began to fray and unravel as well. Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. Even now, those words continue to ring in my ears. The discord in our ever-cheerful Apollo's voice made him sound so cold and distant. Why, Apollo? Why? Why would you leave us all behind? Man, they really put the cliffhanger in there. All right. Well, that's it for the night. I forgot that Ace Attorney. I feel like it has a tendency to go longer than one expects. But either way, we will pick this up again maybe Thursday. We'll see. Tomorrow will be more Xenoblade. We have more of Chapter 13 to do, I'm pretty sure. And we'll have fun doing all the things. It'll be great. But for now, I gotta get going. It's time to sleep. And I'll see you all later. So thanks for hanging out with me. And hope you all have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And I will see you